Welcome, welcome. We're just sitting here chatting and just finding out all kinds of deep, dark secrets.
There are no secrets in sewing.
But before we even start tonight, I have to say thank you to Laura, because typically I'm the one who's doing all the sewing. This time Laura's doing all the sewing, and this is going to be fun. I hope you guys really enjoy this, and mostly that we learn, and the takeaway is on a 10. That's really what we want. But one funny thing, I'm going to give Laura the floor here for a minute, because she's got her gorgeous little butterfly top on. Remember, she made that originally, but you guys have never seen this on her. But she wanted to thank Howard, and I said, "Is he watching?" And she said, "No, no." She fiddled with the controls enough to where he won't be able to get on. No, I just think that's too funny.
And sincerely, I do want to thank my husband of 58 years. He has put pins in me, taken pins off me, and he hasn't said anything when he steps on the pins that I've left in the carpet. So I thought that he deserves a great shout out.
Yeah, there's so many great supports behind so many great women sewers, which we'll get to here in a little bit as we go through our tips. But let's first start with our butterfly top. This was, what was your base?
The base was, I cannot remember the number.
195.
It's 195.
No, is that true? Because where's the dirt?
Where's the dirt?
195.
195. It is
195.
I'm not conversant with Peggy's pattern numbers yet. But at any rate, we decided first, and if you remember it originally, it was a long tunic. And I wore it after the first show, and I really enjoyed it, but somehow it just didn't feel me. So I cut it off. And I'm comfortable wearing it, and I love it.
Which is why I wanted to show it, because you know what, you guys, this is about making it comfortable for you, and I can give you all kinds of suggestions and stuff, but she wears the tunic, she doesn't like the tunic, she chops it off, and now it's a top.
Now it's a top.
But it's a great top, and she loves it. Right. So tunic out, top in. There we go.
And so we have other tunics to show you, and it's all the same pattern. So I mean, you have a great choice to make.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So first off, and Laura's gonna be changing, so I'm gonna be talking in between. And you want to go for the next? Let's go for whatever you've got on your list.
Okay. Do you want the muslin first, or you want the jeans?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
The two jeans.
Oh yes. Sorry. Okay. So we're gonna go first off to Laura's to-do list, if you don't mind. And I'm just back from Chicago. I've got great news from Chicago I'm going to bring back. I'm going to read to you. I mean, you know, I've got tidbits from all the women in the workshop, and they all had, some of them said, "Oh, this is a light bulb moment." I said, "Why is it a light bulb moment?" They said, da, 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 da. So I said, "Okay, let's each of you write down your light bulb moment." You know, not everybody did, but so that I can tell you all the light bulb moments, because some of you will never get to a workshop. And that way we can share light bulb moments. So that's what we're going to be doing throughout the night. We'll share some light bulb moments. Okay, so let's go to her to-do list. And I just want to share that with you, because what this was, they can take a screenshot of it, can't they? Oh, they can. Well, let's go briefly to it. Just basically the email that somebody asked me, it was so that they could kind of see where Laura started. And so we have the 8 pieces. She looks so cute. Every time I see her now, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you look so cute." She tells me this is this, and I did this, and I did this.
And I didn't do what you told me to do.
Yeah, she does. She always tells me that she doesn't do.
I have a surprise for you.
She tells me to do it, and I say, "That's great. I love it." So we're both learning.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
This is adorable. I don't know how close up you guys can see this, but this is the tank.
This is the tank, and it's longer.
And this is the dark denim, which is right in style, you guys.
And it's
this
nice
is big
and
for spring. It's a stretch dark denim. It's beautiful on her. The neckline she could bend over, and it would not gap. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
And it's got this beautiful embroidery. Obviously, you did that. But how did you? Is that just like a zigzag stitch?
It's just a little zigzag over a little piece of leather. You can buy little kits at I can't remember. I think it's actually Walmart. And I just had them in there and saw the colors.
You guys, it looks like a little rope tied on her neck. It's very nice, and it's red and like a yellow, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Adorable. So she's got her tank top. Now we had fit these muslins the last time, but she hadn't got to the sewing, and she's been sewing. So we've got the tank top in a stretch denim, and then the matching pants were
the pull-on pants, the yoga pants.
Right. And so on our list, that was actually number 4. So that was her plan A. So we're going to go, we should review this plan probably.
Okay.
It's been a little while. I'll just quickly go down this plan A list. All right, so there was 8 pieces. Piece number 1 was the black knit 195. You just saw that butterfly. Then there was the piece number 2. Well, let's put up those 8 pieces if you don't mind. Piece number 2, so you can watch there is, and I just need the pieces there at the bottom, Benjamin. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go from left to right across. Piece number 1 is the tank. Piece number 2 is the long, and it's a 195. It's a knit. It's a long knit. The first one's a short woven. The second one's a long knit. The third one is a knit yoga. The fourth one is a woven tank. You can see that it's a woven. The first one, I'm sorry, I said number 1 was woven. Number 2 is a knit. Gosh, I'm just messing this all up.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's hard to keep track
Number
of all these.
Number 1
really.
is the knit. Number 2 is the long knit. So 1 and 2 are the same pattern. 195. One's just shorter. One's longer. So then number 3 is the yoga pant. Number 4, I'm better off to look at the pictures and not our notes. Number 4 is a woven now, and it's the woven tank. See the number below it, the 8, is the long woven. So we've got a short knit and a long knit and a short woven and a long woven. Those are 4 of those pieces. It's number 1, 2, 4, and 8. Then number 3 is our yoga pant.
Which I have on.
Number 5, and so yoga pants she did in denim. And that went with number 4. Number 4, number 3 goes together. And then we have leggings, which are number 5. We have the skirt. And we haven't shown this yet. I'm just going over all the pieces. The skirt, which is number 6. And then the woven pant is the next one. So you've got 4 bottoms and 4 tops. We switched out that skirt. So we have 3 pants and a skirt. So we've got a yoga pant, leggings, and a woven pant. A knit pant, leggings, and a woven pant. Okay, everybody okay with that? Any questions on that? Are we okay with those pieces? So what we did is we started with number 1 and number 2, which is 195, and number 5, the tank. I mean, number 4, the tank.
Right.
And we had fit the yoga pants. So we kind of did the top row.
Right.
We sewed what we could with that. We left it because she had lots of sewing to do. And we had other webcasts that we had to get in. So we decided that's enough for now. We'll continue it on. So I want to report that she's obviously having fun and doing well.
Right.
Because I haven't seen her.
I know. I didn't
And she's fitting herself. And Howard's fitting her. I've been
Absolutely.
replaced. Completely replaced. So
Not quite, but
this is the
almost.
coolest thing to me, you guys, because I do think it's fair to say that your confidence just really increases.
Oh, absolutely. Now that I know the patterns, and I don't have to make all of the, well, I do make the adjustments, but I can kind of pinch here and pinch there instead of sewing everything on a muslin. So sometimes I don't even make the whole muslin, which I'll show you in a minute.
You didn't hear that. You did not.
No, to tell you the
just
truth.
hear that.
To tell you the truth, I ran out of
21
muslin.
years I've been telling you all to make a muslin. She gets on, tells you all you don't have to make a muslin.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Only if you run out of muslin fabric and you're desperate at night, you're not going to go to Joann's and buy another bolt that's not on sale.
Let's show this cute little top.
Oh, okay.
We're going to show the muslin that she made for it in a minute. But to go with this little denim, she's got the denim tank and then the denim bottoms. She made this to go a little over, and this just cute, lightweight little fishnet there. Adorable.
And I did put bell sleeves on it. I altered
So
the
she
sleeve.
changed the sleeve. This is
Okay,
196 is the 4-way cardie. So she altered the sleeve because she wanted, I like your sleeve.
Well, thank you. I ran
You
out of
just sliced
fabric
it
again. I just sliced it all up and spread the sleeve like Peggy does. I was copying. But I didn't make it, I would have made it probably a little longer and probably a little fuller. But that's hindsight, and I like it is.
I
Really.
do like it. Yeah, I really like it.
I was afraid it might be overpowering if I put too much weight up at the top.
Adorable. A little tie there, adorable.
Yes.
I mean, she's just so cute. Every time I see her, it's like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. And when she came over last time to get fabrics, all she said was, because keep in mind when we go over those pieces, we had black, we had black knit, and we had wovens, and we had blue, navy blue denim.
Right.
She said, I want color. Just,
Yes,
I want color.
color.
I don't want anything dark. I want color. So you're going to see that tonight as we color her up. All right, so we're good there. 196.
Okay, and we're going to do the muslin
Yes.
next? Okay.
Yes, because what muslin?
The long one. Right.
Okay, so this is the woven long one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I suggested she make muslins for every step. Not even necessarily for her, but so that you guys could see the journey and to make sure that we were kind of on point as to where we needed to be. All right, now we're going to switch because she's changing back to the in Chicago workshop. Again, you guys know that these are my favorite things to do. I just feel like we're getting together with a bunch of longtime friends and we're just having a good time and we're fitting and learning and progressing, and I love the chat and the conversation. So again, I asked them, I said, okay, for those of you who can't come to a workshop, this is what you're going to be told. Okay? And you have to keep in mind, we weren't drinking, but we were, you know, when you get sewing and anyway, you have to take some tongue-in-cheek. How's that? Okay. You should know your sleeve size and transfer your sleeve to your bodice. So, and I told them I would not edit any of these. You should know your sleeve size, your circumference of the sleeve, and then transfer the armhole that goes with that to the bodice. Not that we haven't said these things for many, many times. They just said something about the workshop. That particular thing sunk in. All right, then if you have to make too many adjustments to the muslin, I'm in the wrong size. She says she's in the wrong size. After changing the size, I needed only minor tweaks. So that's really something I've really tried to drive home many, many times, is if you have to make too many changes, you're in the wrong size. Something's wrong with how you selected it. You should only have to kind of pinch and, you know, do that kind of stuff. So that's from her. And I'm going to say the next tip just before we go back. Tip number 3 was don't get married. Okay, now this is from a woman who's been married for
48, you said?
a long year,
Yeah.
a lot of years. And she loves her husband. I just think she would have more sewing time.
Right.
She would,
I believe
something
that.
about that. But anyway, that's her tip. All right, so we'll continue with that when we come back. So this is adorable. This is her tank top. So this is her piece number 8. It's her woven number 4, made long.
Mm-hmm.
So did you make it long just to kind of, because
I
I
was
told you
kinda
to?
No, you kind of left
Because
it
she
open.
didn't do a lot else of what I told her.
Yeah.
You're going to
No,
see.
I wanted to see what it was like, and I didn't have anything this length, and I knew I could always cut it off. So.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Good.
so that's why I
good.
have
So
a
you
long
were
one.
you were kind of checking style.
Absolutely.
So muslins in the beginning will be for fit, but all designers make muslins, and the reason they make muslins is to check styling. Do they like this? Do they like this? Do they have completely the design the way they want it? Muslins are made for style checking as well, so very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this looks great on you. So did you have to shorten it?
I didn't for the dress, which will be coming up, but I did shorten it for the denim, the neckline. This is the neckline of the denim. Remember we were talking about bending over?
Yeah.
The other muslin was higher, and I just wasn't comfortable. I wanted to make it as low as I
So
could.
this is the tank top, but that has been lowered from the original tank top?
Yes.
She's a sexy thing, you know.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
keep her in, I don't know, night. She tells me she sews at night, but you know,
No,
we
I
never
don't
know.
know. But anyway, here
All
is
right.
where my adjustments occur.
So when she had this done, she called,
I called you.
Peggy, Howard
something's
can't
wrong.
do this.
Right.
So I was the Howard.
Yes.
I was the sub.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. You came over and I just pinned a few little
Yeah,
things.
you pin the shoulder, and for my funny shoulder, I call it my chicken wing shoulder.
Yeah, she's got
We've
two
got
different
to-
shoulders. So
right.
we just had little alterations. What those alterations did, and keep in mind, turn around for me. On a tank top, you can go from one seam to another. You can go all the way across, so it's very easy. It is a little hard to do this on yourself.
You can't.
Don't. You can do this on yourself. You're just going to have to guess and take it off and put it back on. But if you've got anybody, anybody, just say pinch out where it's wrinkling and put some pins in.
Right,
And
so
they can
this
do
one
that.
has 2 adjustments on and this one just
Yeah,
has the
because
one.
so it's a little different. Both sides are a little different. And I asked her before I pinned it, do you want me to do it different? Do you want me not to do it different? Let's pull up that tank top. Do you want to say anything else about this one?
No, the lines are just for my darts that I was proposing. I didn't put any in here because I didn't know the fabric or how it was going to fit. But
Got it.
those are going to be darts.
It's just too cute. You have to wait till you see the real thing. It is absolutely adorable what she did with it. And I didn't see it.
No, you didn't.
I know. I didn't see it until
Another
she was
shock.
outside.
Another shock.
She was outside talking to somebody that was over their house doing work, and I snuck out the window and looked out, ran out and caught her. All right.
Which one do you want next now?
whatever goes with this.
This is the dress with the... Okay.
It's really cute.
Okay.
Okay, now, Benjamin, yeah, perfect, the tank. So what I want to do is come onto this tank top right here. Okay. Okay. So I want to show you where we made those changes and show you that on one side, they just really went right across like that. And they went, whoops, right across like that. They took some funny angles. And then on this side, they were over in here. Now on the back, only on the back, because her front was okay. It's just the shoulder blades and the angles and all of that. We had to change the angles of those back straps. It's okay. I think they get it. Do you guys get my lousy drawings? The front, we made no changes to. It was just the back. And what we did is we darted. Yeah, Benjamin, can you erase those? I'm gonna try to do this a little bit better. I'm gonna try to show. Oh, thank you. Wow, how nice this stuff is. Okay, so let me just show you that when there was a strap change here, for instance, it went like that. So in other words, it looked like it would have been a seam right across, but it actually were darts. They were bigger on one side than another. In some cases, we took it all the way across, and we were taking out both on both sides, but they were different amounts. So literally what you want to do on that, thank you, is do what makes it, you know, when she came over and she had this muslin on, she goes, I'm not happy with the back. And, you know, I just pin. So here's my suggestion. In your neighborhood, you recruit one of your neighbors to sewing so that you can walk across the street and say, hey, could you fix my back, please? And that way you'll meet somebody new, you'll have a new friend, and they'll sew. So that would be my suggestion. Find a neighbor who sews. Okay. Miss Laura, you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, this is so cute. So Laura comes bopping over one day, and this is her outfit. And I don't even know if y'all can see how cute this is, but it is absolutely adorable. She's got a little red piping here. She's got her, is it applique?
Mm-hmm. That's trying to search.
She's as cute as can be.
And then this is the muslin.
Oh, this was her muslin.
Yes. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. This is the copy from the muslin.
Right.
With the
and see all those beautiful adjustments, so it fits really nice from her back. It doesn't gap. I call it the grocery store look when it gaps and you can look in one armhole and out the other. It doesn't. She does not have a grocery store look on.
No, and it has darts. And I could put a few more, but the flower interfered.
She wants you to know it has darts.
Peggy has bugged me about darts from the very beginning, and I have not worn a dress, I kid you not, in years. I just got out of them because pants were easier.
And dresses are
like
so
this.
much fun.
Yeah,
she does like it. I mean, I'm telling you, when I saw her in it, you can tell that somebody likes what they have on. She likes it.
So
it's really cute.
And if I needed a little cover up, here we go.
Yeah, and a lot of times, even when we go to restaurants, it's nice to have this cover up just as a backup, and especially when it's a color you like and the fabric you like.
Mm-hmm. I might wear dresses.
She has worn dresses.
I have one dress.
I saw them on her already. I might wear dresses. This is amazing. Okay, so we're going to go back.
Question?
Oh, question. Sorry. Oh, that's right. People are actually watching. Sorry. Peggy, my problem with the tank top is that the neckline sits off my neck. Let's pull that tank top picture back up, and I'll show you how to fix it. There's a couple ways you can do it, okay? If you are large busted, that is going to be an issue. And usually, when I say large busted, it's simply because you're choosing the size for your bust and you got to get around your bust, but sometimes that causes the shoulders to be too wide. And it's not often, you guys, sometimes. Okay, so here's what we're going to do to fix it. I'm going to give you two options. Option number one is, and I don't know that I suggest one over another. You're going to take and you're going to sew a dart right down the center front. Oh, that's terrible. But the dart starts right there at the center. It tapers to nothing at the bottom. So you're pulling in the top. If you are losing circumference, that's too much right there, you can add just a smidgen at the side seam. Okay? Option number one. Option number two, I'm going to show on the back, because you're going to do the same to the front as you are in the back. You're going to take the shoulder seam, you're going to extend it in, and you're going to redraw the neck. And you'll do that on both sides. You extend that shoulder seam, same angle, forget my crummy picture, but you get it. Just extend it, do that on the same front, same back. If by chance the armhole now is too wide, you can just take that off and you can redraw it. So you see that you're really just moving in the top so that it's narrower, is what you're doing. Very simple to do again. Again, I always look at the garment to see which works better, but there's not a right and a wrong. It's just a matter that, when you look at it, one will seem easier, one will seem better for you. Or it may not, but you can try either one. I'd probably try just drawing in the shoulder seams first and then go from there. All right, we got some other good tips here from Chicago. It's from Schaumburg. Finally learned how to sew a French dart. Yay! We had a little demo on it. I've shown you guys a million times, but you had to come to the workshop to learn how to sew a French dart. And then also figuring out that my sleeve cap needed to be shortened and not... Oh, I know what she's saying. Okay, so she is short. And what she did, I'm going to go back to this tank top if I can. What she did is she wanted a shorter armhole, a higher armhole. Can you erase all that? Thank you. You erase it so fast. She wanted a higher armhole. So in getting, and I'm going to do this on the back, just so that it's a little easier to visualize. So I did a correlation for her. When you raise the armhole, you shorten the cap height. Very easy to do. But what she did is she actually, I'm going to show you, she actually shortened throughout, to shorten the armhole, she shortened right through here. Well, that made the bust point too high. So that's a wrong fix. All you have to do is literally put your armhole template down and draw the armhole up higher. That's it. So that's what she's telling you. Don't, the whole beauty of L, C, and D is so that you can control length, you can control circumference, you can control depth, you can control them separately. And that's a very important thing to do. Okay, so we're back to Laura, and she made a muslin.
I made a muslin.
This is a muslin.
This is a muslin.
I'm here to tell you.
It is a muslin.
She can call it anything she wants, but I'm telling you, it's a muslin.
Well, I wanted to check it out, and I know Peggy has said that there's no pattern that comes out of the box that's going to fit everybody perfectly, but this comes pretty darn close.
Yay!
The only change that I made, because by now I have that funny back, so I pinched out from the center back, tapered to nothing, shortened the sleeve a little bit, only because I didn't want long sleeves.
That's for
and
style.
that's it.
That's adorable.
I did try to experiment. Serger crochet for finishing the edges, where you go 3 or 4 times around, eat all the edges with the serger. I wasn't too pleased with it, but I will wear it. It is good. I needed heavier thread, but this is wonderful.
So it's a wearable muslin.
It's a wearable muslin, yeah.
Oh, that's
the only
fun.
change I made.
That should be a bonus. That's not expected. That should be a bonus.
Well, I like it.
$195 is just, $196.
Mm-hmm.
Great top. The 4-way cardigan. Can we show them the 4 ways?
Yeah.
Just because you might not want to always tie it, but one goes to here, and if you give it a little extra circumference on those ties, if you're going to wear it like that, it makes a little, almost like a little cowl right there. It's really cute. Then she tied it, how you saw. Then you can just leave it open. And would you?
Oh, absolutely.
Because the beauty of wearing it open like this is you're just covering your arms. And like she did in the red one, where she slashed and she kind of had that bell little fluffy thing there, that's perfect, especially when you go into summertime and you're going into florals and all those fancy fabrics. It's wonderful. And then the last way was, let's see, wear it open, tie it,
open, tie. There were
opposite.
There were two kinds
There was
of
two
square
kinds of
tie.
ties. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
look
I
inside the pattern. Look at the last kind of tie.
Right.
So that's why it's called the 4-way cardi. This was a Nick and Zoe. These little things are $110 a pop.
Right.
They're not cheap.
And of course, right now on camera, this looks rather peculiar, but you'll see why we made this top longer in the last outfit that we have.
This is the tank top?
A long, yes.
Tunic.
Yes. But it's longer. Then I have the dress that's long, the same one.
Got it. Are you
And
ready?
so I'm ready for the last
So
one.
this is her muslin.
This is my
the
muslin.
last one? We're on the last one already?
Just about, yeah. We've got 3 complete outfits.
Okay.
Okay? Because that'll take a long time
See
to
that
talk
black
about.
line on her neck?
Oh,
your black line.
yeah, I forgot to tell you. I was fooling around and I decided I wanted to change the neckline and make it more of a boat neckline, just for the heck of it. Well, I made it too high, so I put it on and drew where I wanted it and drew my darts a little different, and that was it.
So this is my theory. I think that we as sewers, once we gain confidence with the fit, we do start to play around with style.
Absolutely.
Because the fit we feel okay about, and then we get more adventurous in our styling and in our, all those things. So if you're feeling like there's just no way you try all that, it's probably just because you haven't gotten that fit to where it's comfortable for you, and you're still too nervous to make any changes on the pattern. But once you start to separate out fit and style, I think is when we start to really have fun. I think it starts to come full circle, and you just have all kinds of fun.
And it gets easier and easier.
It does
It
get
truly
easier. And it
does.
gets faster. Is
And
that fair?
faster, yes.
Yeah, it gets faster. Which is why I hate to ever talk about how long it took me, because it's immaterial. It really is immaterial. It doesn't matter how long it took me. I'm not sewing for you. You're sewing for yourself. And the process is it will get faster and better as you go along. So that's a good thing. All right, so we've got another tip. Questions? How are we doing? Am I ignoring questions? I'm sorry, you guys. I forget.
These are general.
Okay, what pattern did you use to make your top? My top? We'll get to that. Hang on. Candosa's top, 197. I've got it here somewhere. Anyway. Laura, did you make the flower on your dress? She did. She did. Yes. Yes, Laura?
Yes.
Yes, she did. We'll let you tell. Why don't you bring it back in with you when you come, and you can just show them.
Okay.
Is there any denim left on the website? Yes, it's the Dark Skies denim. I never remember these numbers, you guys, but yes. Did you make the yoga pants larger when making them in the stretch denim, Laura?
No, I made it smaller.
No, she made them smaller.
They were good for the morale.
She made them smaller. She said it's good for the morale. She went down in size. But remember, nobody knows your size anyway. So I always said, even when I was 9 months pregnant, I put a size 2 inside of everything, and I've always been a size 2 my whole entire life. So it works. How do I transfer my shoulder angle adjustments from my base to the cowl neck pattern? Well, the shoulder angle is the same. It doesn't matter if it's a knit or woven. So I'm thinking that the question is 195 is a knit and 550 is a woven. So how do I connect those two? Again, when we go back to L, C, and D, the difference between knits and wovens on depth is no different when it comes to the shoulder angle. I don't have one shoulder angle because it's woven and one shoulder angle because it's a knit. So they would be exactly the same. Whatever you change the one, you're going to change. Make a comparison and then do the same. Are we okay there? Is the blue 196 Ponte? No, Laura, it's a cotton knit.
This is just a cotton knit with the flower on.
The blue, no, the blue one. The blue little thing you had.
Oh, yes, that's just cotton knit.
Okay, it's cotton knit.
It has a lot of stretch.
All right, you guys, I have not seen these garments yet, and I haven't seen her because I've been gone and traveling and all kinds of stuff. So this is adorable. And she actually said when she knocked on the door tonight, she goes, I actually like this stuff. So she actually likes. Now, also keep in mind, I have to tell you guys this stuff behind the scenes, because we made a plan. And she, when I opened the door, the first thing she says is, I changed the plan. Okay then, hey, great working with her. So, I think it's important, and I'll let her tell you where she changed, because you know what, the goal is for you to love what you're wearing. And if I make suggestions and she doesn't like them, then the whole thing is,
You don't feel like it's you.
You don't feel like it's you.
Right.
And she doesn't realize I have children. They don't listen to anything you say. And I'm really used to that. So it's okay. All right. So this is her tank top.
Right. And this was an experiment for me because normally if I wore something this long, it would be a little fuller.
This is
like
adorable.
The and I really like this. We've got
so
darts.
Pretty on her.
This neckline I changed. This is the one I marked on the muslin so that I could come down an inch.
This
darts.
is beautiful on her.
And Peggy gave me a piece of lace because lace is so
this
beautiful.
fabric, let me just give you, don't want her to leave anything out. This is 100% cotton, and she loved it as a white.
It sews well.
It's beautiful. And it has like a slub, that horizontal vertical. It's just beautiful. 100% cotton. So it's really beautiful. I mean, you guys, if you notice her armholes, everything is just, you couldn't buy a top that fits this well.
This is going in the bank deposit box too.
It's really, really beautiful.
Right.
And up close and personal is way better. Now you can get into lace because I keep pushing lace.
Peggy has been pushing lace, and she gave me a yard and a half of lace.
It's
so
beautiful lace to put on the bottom.
We were going to put it on the bottom.
Well, like the one I have on. And I come back and I look at the garment. There's no lace at the bottom.
That's the first thing she said. Where's my lace? Where's my lace? I said,
I asked for a refund.
That you'll never get. Anyway, so I woke up in the middle of the night and I said, am I going to sew that lace around the bottom? And for some reason, again, I can only say that it just wasn't me. It would look like a piece of lace at the bottom that was too skimpy, I thought. Other people might have a different opinion. So.
Like me. Look at her lace. Is that beautiful, you guys? It's really beautiful. So it is a scalloped edge. She's got a seam.
I mitered it.
It's beautiful. I mean, I mean, obviously you can see even on camera it's beautiful. But it made it low enough to where she could get it on because remember it's a woven and there's no openings and she's raised the neckline. So when you do that, you got to be careful that you can still get the thing off and on. And she doesn't have sleeves, so she doesn't have to worry about moving. She's got a bust dart, waist dart. Oh, I am so proud of you.
Well, thank you.
I am so proud of you.
That means a lot. But
I have to
give thanks again to my husband because I needed a 45-degree angle on this mitered lace, and so he helped me with that. And we put it on the board, and I just had to make a few changes, and I didn't want any gapping in the lace, which was the problem. So
that's just so
we had to work in those two darts back here. So this took longer than probably all of the other garments put together.
Well, and you know, when you have something like that, you love it. She told me, she said, when you came in, she said, this is actually getting to where I'm making things I like. I think that's the goal here.
And so,
and you guys can't see her pants, but again, when you are doing, a lot of women, they're little crop. Which pants are they?
These are the yoga pants, just cropped.
Yoga pants. So there's a new, that's that beige knit. It's up on the site now. I think it's the last fabric we put up. So when we were talking about doing a white top, because she wanted it lighter, and she had dark bottoms, and she could mix and match them, I said one of the best things you can do for spring is to do khaki colored bottoms.
And I said, you're kidding.
Because you don't want to do a light bottom and a dark top, because the attention goes to the bottom. And I mean, you can, if you've got just absolutely no, I think they call it no acetol. If that's the case, you can do it. But if you're self-conscious about that and you don't want to do it, do the tan bottom and then do the white top, because your eye just completely comes up. It looks very springy. It's a great color combination. It's beautiful on her. And
I don't have any beige pants. It would have never occurred to me to make a pair of beige pants. And I really like the fabric. This Pant is much heavier.
It's 100% cotton Pontaroma. For a long time, you guys,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I said that, well, it was so new when I gave it to you. I didn't even know that. I've burned it since. But, you know, I've said to you all along that Pontaroma is all polyester. It's all polyester. But that's only because they haven't gotten it transferred yet to other fibers. Pontaroma is a weave. It's not the fiber, but usually it's been poly. But now they're coming out and they've got these beautiful cotton Pontaromas. They are hard to find and they're not inexpensive. But boy, I'll tell you, you'll have them for a long time, and they are comfortable. They are really, really nice.
Yes, I really like them. So, I mean, beige I have to give you all credit for that.
You don't need to give me any credit.
Right.
But do a muslin when you do your pants, because those kind of changes are a little harder to do on the real thing. In the workshop in Chicago over the weekend, somebody had made up a pair of leather leggings, and they were adorable. They just didn't really fit well because leather has to be very exact. So we put all these darts in them, and then what she did is she matched them very beautifully on both sides. She cut the back where she sewed a dart. She opened it up and top stitched it. So she had all these great lines going all over them. They were fabulous. So it was a great save. But you can't do that on all your pants, okay? You can get away with leggings, but you can't do that on everything. And look at her. She is just sassy to go, boy.
Oh, yeah. Well, we took this off of, what pattern was the topper?
So cute. 196.
And I would have never again thought to wear a longer top with a shorter topper. But I like it. It really is.
And you know, you guys, she looks so young. I mean, it looks so young. And there's not there's certain things, I was kind of thinking about this on over the weekend. There's certain things that as we age, we should not wear. And those are big short skirts and, low cut. That, it's just not appropriate. But there are trends like these longer tops and these shorter things that are adorable. And there's no age restrictions on that. It just looks really cute and really trendy. Did Howard like it?
Yes, very much so. He said, I've never seen you in that color before, the orange.
Yeah. So, see, I think that, they may not even know why they like it, but it's terrific.
It responds to color.
It's adorable.
But I have to say more about the crop pants.
Okay.
I really like them. In fact, I think these look better cropped than they would have had I left them long.
I think so, too.
I think
they lend themselves to being really summery.
Light.
And I agree.
Okay.
I agree. That's just all styling. The good news is if you make them long, like she has done several times,
the butterfly top,
you just cut them off.
Yes,
and it's
something different.
Really easy to do. And what we were talking earlier is if you had and bought these 8 pieces, forget the cost because we did add them up and they were not inexpensive. But even if you bought them all, you have limited amount of wearability as to how long you can wear those things. Here, you've got your patterns. So when you want a new one, you just go find new fabric and do a new base. And I think it's much more value to get your patterns intact and then switch up your fabric and change those around. I mean,
and they'll sew twice as fast.
You do. This is so cute on you. I cannot believe how cute this is. I think she has done such an amazing job.
Someday, I'll let you borrow it.
So
down about 5 sizes.
What's funny is I'm standing here in this top with this lace that is at the bottom.
No, but
that she did not like. So when she came over and she started explaining that she hadn't used this lace, I'm looking down going, this is the look that she did like. It's okay. Everybody likes their own thing. And I really might steal that top because that is adorable.
Yeah,
that
like
V in the
back. Do you
back.
have any more of this fabric than other colors? Will you be getting any more?
Honestly,
so
we have
really
so
nice.
much fabric. I don't even know what we have anymore, to be honest. We could go look.
Yeah. But
I don't know as of right now whether we do or not. A lot of it's Rebecca Taylor, so it is 100% cottons, 100% silks. They're just really beautiful fabrics. All right, so let's go back. I want you to hang in here for a second. If you want to stay, you okay standing?
I'm fine.
Okay, all right. I want to read these tips. We'll answer some questions, and then I want to talk about what I have on. But I want to finish these tips because these ladies, I think, they are you. They are you coming to a workshop, kind of figuring out what they've struggled with and what was their light bulb moment. Never give up. There is always a solution for darts.
Yes.
I thought that one might relate to you.
I will testify to that one. Yes.
And you should only put them where they are in the pattern. Don't keep adding. Okay? We had a little dart issue a while ago. Okay. Then we did a little... I think there's confusion. Somebody had on a cowl neck. And they had made a cowl muslin. And the cowl was like sticking out in front of their face. I think there's confusion between lightweight fabric and drapey fabric. So I gave them a little demo and they said that demo is really important for them. So all you have to recognize is lightweight fabric is not always drapey. What causes a fabric to be drapey is it has a high fiber twist and a real compact weave. That's why ITY, which is what she has on, is very drapey because it's a poly and you can twist that thread tighter than you can with a natural fiber because the natural fiber will break and poly can be twisted really high, and then you can pack it in more so than you can a natural fabric. So ITYs are going to be your best drape out there right now. It doesn't mean others aren't drapeable, but sometimes a sheer fabric doesn't drape well because it's too light. The yarn is too light, and there's too much space between the weft and the warp for it to drape, and they do not drape well. Also, Chanel's top number one. I told them I would not edit these. Chanel's top number 116 was flattering on everyone who wore it. It's a pattern everyone should make. And then this is somebody who has a GG cup bra. Would like to say you're absolutely right. I guess she's referring to me. FBA, oh gosh, I don't know if I can read this. It's not politically correct. FBAs are not necessary. By choosing the correct circumference and using the D-cup pattern piece, silhouette patterns fit well. Okay, so those are our tips. And from Schaumburg, those are our tips that we wanted to have on. Okay, so now what we did is, because we have this 8 and these patterns that we choose from, we ran a little pattern special for the grade 8. So we call this the Great Toppers, and I want to show you some of these. The one I have on is 197. Now what this pattern is it's a tank top underneath, and then this thing on top, the fabric on top. So we have a lot of beautiful lightweight sheers right now, which this is.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's really light and really sheer. So that's the knit. But for the bottom part, for the tank part, you can just use your tank top pattern, or you can just, make the bottom larger because the lace is a non-stretch. So I'm going to step out here for just 1 second. I made red little leggings to go with it. This is the, lace underneath. It has a little border on the lace. So I put that down at the bottom and then just made this to go on top. And I love it. It's really comfortable, and it's cool, and it's kind of summery. Okay, then this one I wanted to show you is 110. And I saw this at Nordstrom's, you guys.
That's cute.
It was exactly like, I looked at it and I thought, that's 110, which I know you all wouldn't say, but 110 is Kiana's top. And so what they did is they did the sleeves in lace and then just did the body with a coordinating. Is that adorable? And then you can do some kind of insert here for a belt. You could leave it straight. You could do, lots of ideas that you could do over it. You could actually make one of these in lace to match, sleeveless, and put it over.
That's what I was going to ask.
All kinds of ideas.
Where did you get the belt?
Oh, I just had it.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't make it.
Okay.
Just had it.
I thought maybe she was taking up macrame now. Top of everything else.
I'm doing macrame on the side.
Oh, okay.
Along with my painting class. The house is being painted, and it's a maze downstairs, and Laura, anyway, doesn't matter. All right, and then 925, the other reason I put that in there is because 925 is Becky's jacket, and it's got great places. The same would be with a jean jacket. Making a jean jacket right now for spring, it's got great places to put in lace. Like there's 3 pieces in the front. You could put lace in that middle panel. You could put lace in the part of the sleeves. Lace is where it's at, you guys. And I know that some of you don't like it, and if you don't like it, don't do it, because like Laura
she
said,
convinced me.
It's not her. But I bet you can find a place to like it. It's so pretty. I mean, it's really pretty. It makes you want to take your top off. This top. She took that. Anyway, we won't comment on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
no,
that is so
really
pretty.
Turn
around.
Right.
That is so pretty. I mean, it's really pretty.
What I meant was the lace is narrow, or fairly narrow. It's not as gorgeous as this. And I just felt, I don't know, an instinct or whatever.
I have one.
It would look little.
I have one that I did. There's a reason I was saying for her to do it. It's black, and I put black lace at the bottom. And if you've been at Puyallup or a couple places I've been recently, I wear it, and I have a jacket that goes over it.
Oh.
And so what you see over the jacket is just the lace hanging down over leggings. And I love the look. I actually picked it up off the runway, and I just really like that little bit of lace at the bottom. But I can see if you don't put the whole thing together, it looks like lace down on the bottom of the shirt, which it is.
Which it is.
So that's why it looks like that. All right, let's answer questions. We've got a little bit of time left. Let's do some questions. But first off, I got to give a, I don't know if we applaud, I don't know, shout out, whatever we do, because you have done amazing.
Well, thank you.
You have absolutely done amazing.
Well, let me tell you, it has been a very challenging journey, but a very rewarding journey. And I'm ready to go now. I mean, hey, the sky's the limit.
And I'll have to knock on her door to make sure that I can say hi. Okay, is the fourth way to wear the top to tie it in the back?
No, it's not long enough.
I don't think so. Look in the guide. In your guide sheet in that pattern, it shows you all 4 ways. We won't worry about it.
Yeah, they're all front.
We won't worry about it. Is the tank top pattern 500? Yes. I have larger elbows.
No.
I have larger elbows. Would I increase the whole length of sleeve or just at the elbows? Not sure which garment the questioner was referring to.
Don't read the brackets.
Sorry. I would, your sides of your sleeve, this is what I would do. Because when the garment goes to the elbow, it's actually the circumference of the elbow. If it is tight and you go to move your arm, it's like the knee with pants. If you have thick knees and if the sleeve is too tight, you'll limit your mobility. So do we have a sleeve? We do. Can you pull up a picture of the sleeve? Let me show you what I mean by this. This is what I would do. Now, number one, you could make that's the picture right there. Can I draw on that? Okay, so what I would suggest on this, so right about here is your elbow. Come down this way and then go in. So, or what you could do, I'm going to go on the other side, is come down here and come all the way down to a wider hem. Then what you could do is just take a little button and button the hem in. Or you could take little tucks at the bottom. Or, there's a myriad of things you could do, and that way it would give you a broader circumference all the way through here and not start to take it away until the wrist.
On the first show of the 2 blouses that we did, the blue, the turquoise linen, one of them had sleeves exactly like that with a button and a buttonhole.
So a lot of times they do that, you guys, just to give you some more mobility. Okay, so, and you can do that with pants the same way. All right? All right. If you need to narrow a shoulder seam as well as raise it for a square shoulder, which do you do first? Doesn't matter. Circumference and styling are 2 different things. Or depth, it doesn't matter. I always say LCD because there are times it will come back to haunt you. So length, circumference, and depth. That's what I would recommend in that order. In this case, do you still have that question or is it gone? That's okay. That's okay. Depth was last. So that's the angle of the shoulder. Narrowing it would be styling. So see, it doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make any difference which one you do. On the 500 long dress, how did Laura plan for the hip area?
I took the side, actually, I took a long garment that I already had and I traced the armhole down to the length that I wanted and it went just perfectly. That's
so
how
you
it
measured from the armhole to the hem to know how long you wanted it?
Yes, and that was this dress.
And then how did you know how wide to make it?
Well, I measured my tummy and I measured a little further down and then I measured my hips and then I sat down.
Did you measure the dress? Say yes.
Yes. Of course I measured the dress. I didn't catch that one, y'all. I didn't catch it. Yes.
So do measure stuff you're wearing.
Yeah.
And this is another thing we talked about over the weekend. If you don't measure things you have, it doesn't all have to be in one garment, but if you don't measure things you have, you're just going to take longer to get to where you want to be. That's why measuring your garments are really good, because they were talking about when we first went into your closet and started measuring.
And started measuring, right.
Because you didn't know where to start.
Right.
That was the whole crux of this whole thing. Okay, can you explain depth just a little more? How does it differ from circumference? Well, circumference is, let's go back. Can I have a picture again? Do you mind? Any of them. It doesn't matter which one. Let me explain to you the difference. Circumference, in this case, where am I on here? Sorry, you guys, I'm not on that one, Benjamin. Would it be the one behind? No, is it on this one?
Should be good.
Oh, there you go.
No, it's not
Okay.
true.
First. Your pen's upside down.
My pen's upside down. That's why I need a technical team, because my pen's upside down and it won't draw upside down. And so the other thing about this is, you guys, when I'm using the pen, they lose control of the mouse. So sometimes I'm doing stuff with this that I shouldn't be doing. And they like are trying to jump up and down over here, tell me what I'm doing. Okay, so for instance, let's say I wanted to shorten the sleeve. I'm going to put a line there. I'm going to put a line there. And when I shorten or lengthen, that line is equal all the way across. So length, whenever you do a length adjustment, it's equal. Circumference is equal but horizontal. Okay? So if I went down this sleeve and I went down this way, oh my gosh, it's supposed to be equal. I went down this way, that's equal. Depth is when the length is uneven or the circumference is uneven. So that means if I want that sleeve to bend in a certain direction, I'm going to make an alteration that's an uneven length. And an uneven length is depth, and an uneven circumference is depth. So depth is when, and it's why it's such a beautiful fix, because it fixes, and it's also why it's confusing, you guys, because it fixes both circumferences and lengths. It fixes both of those. For instance, on her bust dart is a length, because it's horizontal, it fixes length. Her waist dart is vertical, and it fixes circumference, but it's an uneven circumference between the fullest part of her bust and the smaller portion of her waist. So depth is my ability to alter my lengths and my circumferences when they are uneven. When they are even, they are length and circumference. When they are uneven, they're called depth.
I got it.
Okay, does that help? Okay. Peggy, would you do a little weekly webcast with the lace on the back of that top? Would I or would Laura? I'm not married to Howard. I don't have any great engineer here teaching me how to do 45s and all this other stuff. But we'll see what we can do. It is cute. It is really cute. Okay. Would you have to iron the 100% cotton Pant? That big.
No, we just threw it in the wash and just a kind of a little damp dry, and it came out perfect.
It's really beautiful.
In fact, I was afraid to iron it, to be quite honest.
Yeah, but you guys, keep in mind that every fabric is not the same.
Right.
These are these Rebecca Taylor fabrics that I'm telling you. I was so excited when I got them because they would be so much more money any place else you got them. They are absolutely beautiful. They're just gorgeous. On Condosa's top, I have a hard time with the width of the sleeves. They're really tight. How can I figure out the direction to put the pattern piece so that it stretches? On the pattern piece, it has an arrow that says stretch. And the way that arrow is the direction you should have it. But this has a top seam and a bottom seam. So if it's not big enough, you can add to the top, you can add to the bottom, and then just make the band bigger. Go up to the next size so that it has enough circumference for you. Very easy to do. Just, ahead of time. Not so easy to do once you've done it. Do rayon and cotton burn differently? I think the biggest thing that I noticed, they both have a white flame. They both burn beautifully. Cotton has such a afterburn. It's a very strong afterburn. You almost have to extinguish it, stamp on it. Rayon does not have the afterburn that cotton does. Cotton has a much stronger afterburn. How much stretch does the Pontoroma have?
Gosh, I didn't measure.
I don't know, both directions.
It does.
It stretches beautifully. What pattern are the yoga pants? 3400 we used. We have 3418 now that's new. That's what I want you to do next. I want you to do 3418.
Okay.
It's really that new yoga pant. Which pattern is Laura's orange top? 196, the 4-way cardi. Which pattern is Laura's white top? 500, the tank top.
Lengthened.
Are 500 and 514 the same base? They are. 500 is not available anymore. You'll have to order 514. Okay? Did we do it? All the questions? Sort of? We're going to check because... Hang on. Do you have any comments you want to add?
No, other than...
Say thank you, Howard, again.
Oh, yes.
Maybe by now he's tuned in. Maybe he's figured it out.
I'm not that intelligent to mess with the TV, to be quite honest. But I think it's fun to branch out. Once you have the confidence.
That's so true.
That is really what I feel.
It's fun to branch out. But we're always afraid to branch out.
Not anymore.
I think that's really true.
Not anymore.
All right, so that means I won't get any more knocks on my door saying help.
I think she left on purpose, so I have to do all this myself. But I'll tell you, it really was a challenge, but you had some confidence going into it. If I had tried to do this as we started eights, it wouldn't have worked, especially because of the shoulder. And I've always been very conscious of that, and I've always wanted it fitted, but this is the first time it's really fitted.
So sometimes, you guys, that's really true. We do have just a part that really shuts down the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It shuts down the whole process. So that's why it's good to understand how to do it. Again, that was a really simple fix, but you got to know how to do it. Education, education ends frustration. I think that's just really true. We got some more questions. We're just pulling them up right now. Will the khaki cotton knit keep its shape in the yoga pants pattern? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You do not need spandex. Spandex has been introduced into fabrics because it's a cheap way to get fibers to retract without making them a quality twist of the fiber itself. So anything can stretch because the fiber can be made to stretch, but 100% cotton is going to be a better quality than when they throw Lycra in there. Lycra's just always been an inexpensive fix. There you go. Thank you. It's been an inexpensive fix. How many inches did Laura take off the bottom to create the crop?
Oh, off of the top of my head, I would say 4 inches. And I experimented by pulling the pants up and down to which was most, I thought, proportionate to what I was going to wear it with. I have some crop pants that I would put probably just right below the calf.
Well, and I think the fun
depends on what
thing
you wear it
is
with.
you can, it looks really cute. It really just looks adorable on her. And you can really do kind of whatever you want. Keep in mind, if it's too long, you can always do the Laura.
I've got some of those
We're
big
going to
old
call it.
shears.
We're going to do the Laura. She just cuts it off. And she knows how to hem.
Yeah, I
what
do
we
know how to
learned.
hem.
She knows how to hem. What number are the yoga pants? 3,400. Could you use the sweater set as a cover? Like the 196? Yeah, you just have to draft it. Oh, I see. As a cover, like you mean the cardigan. Yeah, you could. I think that the 196 is just a little more trendy right now. It's really... Nick and Zoe have created this top, and if you go Nick and Zoe to the site, I mean, they're all over the place. You just see them all over the place. So it's just a little more current as far as fashion goes, I think, than what the sweater set is for right now. The sweater set's a great base, but are we good? Yay, we did it. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, you guys. So we will see you in a couple weeks, and we'll do the April pattern of the month, which is the skirt. I'm going to blow you away with what we're going to do with that skirt. Laura might even wear it.
Maybe.
All right. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget, happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns. Bye.
Bye.